If you've ever walked into a McDonald's, caught that unmistakable aroma of fresh fries wafting through the air, and felt your stomach instantly growl, you're not alone. Every single day, McDonald's sells over 9 million pounds of fries, enough to circle the earth nearly 4 times in a year. That's not just a snack. That's a global phenomenon. And behind every crispy golden fry you've ever devoured is a production process so advanced and meticulously engineered it could easily be mistaken for something out of a NASA mission control room. But here's the question every fry lover secretly wonders: what exactly makes McDonald's fries so addictive? Is it the perfect crunch that shatters in your mouth? The salty kiss that hits just right? Or that legendary savory flavor that keeps you reaching back into the carton even when you swore you were done? Get ready, because we're diving deep, golden, salty, delicious deep, to the fascinating secrets behind the world's most famous French fries. Believe it or not, McDonald's wasn't always the global king of fries. Back in 1949, a year after the very first McDonald's restaurant opened, fries quietly joined the menu. These weren't the high-tech precision-cut fries we know today. They were humble, hand-cut potatoes, sliced on-site and left to air-dry under the warm California sun before being fried in beef tallow. That cooking fat gave them a deep, rich flavor and an extra crispy exterior that had early customers hooked from the first bite. Nobody was counting saturated fat grams back then. They were too busy marveling at the perfect crunch and the melt in your mouth. Inside. But as McDonald's exploded from a local burger joint into an international fast food empire, the company needed a way to produce fries faster, more consistently, and on a massive scale. The 1960s ushered in mechanized production lines that could turn mountains of potatoes into uniform fries with machine precision. Then came the health-conscious 1990s, when growing concerns over saturated fats pushed McDonald's to swap out beef tallow for vegetable oil. Customers missed that signature beefy flavor. So McDonald's worked a little culinary magic, adding natural beef flavoring to the vegetable oil to keep that familiar taste. But with a healthier twist out now, the secret to the perfect McDonald's fry starts long before it ever reaches the fryer. It begins in the fields with a very special potato, the russet Burbank. This isn't just any spud. The russet Burbank is large, high in starch, low in moisture, and absolutely ideal for achieving the holy grail of fry textures: crispy on the outside, soft and fluffy inside. Occasionally, other varieties like the Shepherdie or Umatilla russet make the cut, but the Burbank is the reigning champion. These potatoes are grown in regions like Idaho and Washington, where the climate is practically made for potato farming. Warm days and cool nights create dense potatoes with the perfect balance of sugars and starch. And the volcanic soil is rich in minerals. Think of it as the Napa Valley of potatoes. McDonald's doesn't just buy potatoes in bulk and hope for the best. They work closely with multi-generational farming families to ensure every potato meets strict quality standards from planting to harvest, even after they're dug up. The potatoes go into climate-controlled storage where temperature and humidity are carefully managed to keep their sugar and starch levels in check. It's like a luxury spa retreat for potatoes, ensuring they're in peak condition before they become fries. When harvest time rolls around, it's not a quaint scene of farmhands with baskets, it's a full-on industrial operation. Giant harvesting machines, almost like transformers with an appetite for spuds, sweep across the fields, scooping up thousands of pounds of potatoes in minutes. From there, the potatoes are loaded into massive trucks and shipped to McDonald's processing facilities, where the real transformation begins. The first stop, a deep clean. Conveyor belts whisk the potatoes through powerful jets of water that blast away every last speck of dirt. Imagine a high-speed car wash, but for potatoes. At some plants, this process handles up to 40,000 pounds of potatoes an hour, enough to keep your local McDonald's stocked for weeks. Next comes peeling. And forget about peeling knives or handheld gadgets. McDonald's uses high-tech steam peelers and abrasive rollers that remove just the thin outer layer of skin while leaving every bit of usable potato intact. This precision means minimal waste and maximum fry potential. But before they're sliced, the potatoes go through a high-tech inspection process straight out of a sci-fi film. Infrared sensors scan each potato for blemishes, bruises, or defects. Anything less than perfect gets removed from the line in a split second. The pace is staggering. Up to 120 potatoes a second are examined, sorted, and either approved or sent for other uses like hash browns or animal feed. Then comes one of the most jaw-dropping steps: cutting. The peeled, inspected potatoes are propelled through high-pressure water knives at speeds of 60 to 70 miles per hour. The water jets slice them into perfectly uniform fries in the blink of an eye, thousands of pounds every minute. Uniformity is critical. Fries that are too thick stay undercooked inside. Too thin and they burn before they crisp. The misfit. Cuts don't get thrown away, they're repurposed into other McDonald's potato products, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Once cut, the fries aren't ready for oil just yet. First, they're blanched, briefly boiled to remove excess surface starch, which helps them crisp up perfectly during their final cook. Then they receive two key treatments: a light coating of dextrose, a natural sugar that gives them that golden brown hue, and sodium acid pyrophosphate, which prevents them from turning gray after freezing. Color matters. Nobody craves limp, pale fries. Now they're ready for their first dip in oil. At the processing plant, McDonald's fries are partially cooked just enough to create a thin, crispy crust before they head through a flash freezing tunnel. Flash freezing is the secret to locking in both flavor and texture, so whether those fries are headed to a McDonald's in New York, Tokyo, or Paris, they'll taste and feel exactly the same. Frozen fries are then packaged and shipped out to restaurants all over the world. When those fries finally reach your local McDonald's, they're just one step away from perfection. The frozen fries are fried a second time in a blend of canola, soybean, and hydrogenated oils until they reach that signature golden brown. They're then salted and funneled into the iconic red cartons you've seen in countless commercials. And here's where another secret lies. Even though McDonald's switched to vegetable oil in 1990, U.S. fries still contain natural beef flavoring made from wheat and milk derivatives. That's what gives them their savory, umami-rich flavor reminiscent of the original beef tallow days. In other countries, dietary preferences lead McDonald's to skip this ingredient, making the fries vegan-friendly, but in the U.S., it's part of the magic. Once salted, the fries are served piping hot, perfectly crispy, and irresistibly aromatic. According to sensory studies, the crunch you hear when biting into a McDonald's fry actually enhances the eating experience. Your brain associates the sound with freshness and quality. And here's a little insider trick. If you ever want guaranteed fresh fries, just ask for them without salt. The crew will make a brand new batch just for you, and you can season them yourself. McDonald's fries aren't just food, they're a cultural icon. With over 39,000 restaurants worldwide, these fries have made their way into nearly every corner of the globe. In Japan, you might find them sprinkled with seaweed flakes or drizzled with teriyaki sauce. In India, they might be spiced with masala seasonings. But no matter where you are, that first bite, the perfect blend of crunch, salt, and flavors instantly recognizable. From a humble hand-cut side dish in 1949 to a technological and culinary marvel that moves millions of pounds a day, McDonald's fries have become more than just a menu item. They're a global language of comfort food, engineered for consistency, optimized for taste, and perfected over decades. Imagine biting into a perfectly golden McDonald's fricassee on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and seasoned with just the right amount of salt. For many Americans, that first crunch is more than just a snack. It's a piece of nostalgia wrapped in fast food perfection. Whether it's paired with a juicy burger dipped in ketchup, or even sprinkled with spicy masala seasoning for an extra kick, McDonald's fries have a universal appeal that transcends borders. But behind that addictive crunch is a journey that starts long before your order number is called. It's a story of sustainable farming in the potato fields of Idaho, precision engineering in modern kitchens, and a corporate commitment to doing better for the planet. McDonald's has partnered with farmers to conserve water, improve soil health, and grow their potatoes more responsibly. Because in today's world, making fries isn't just about flavor, it's about sustainability. So, the next time you pop one of those golden sticks into your mouth, you're tasting not only the work of food scientists and fry cooks, but also the dedication of farmers and innovators who make the magic possible. Now, if fries are a comfort food icon, Cheetos are pure chaos in a bag, and we mean that in the best way. The satisfying crunch, the melt-in-your-mouth texture, and, of course, the infamous orange dust that clings to your fingers like a badge of honor. Cheetos aren't just eaten, they're experienced. But have they always been this way? Were they always as bold, as cheesy, as dangerously addictive as they are now? The truth is, Cheetos were never part of a master snack plan. Back in 1948, Charles Elmer Dolan, the mind behind Fritos, stumbled across a machine designed to make puffed corn for animal feed. Most people would have seen livestock chow. Dolan saw potential snack gold. With a few tweaks and a sprinkle of seasoning, he turned an agricultural tool into the creator of one of America's most beloved snacks. The first version, Crunchy Cheetos, was a hit, but something was missing. Enter the food scientists, who perfected a mix of real-aged cheddar and spices to coat each puff evenly, giving birth to that iconic flavor and the signature dust that became an unshakable part of the brand identity by the 1980s. Cheetos had a cool new spokesperson, Chester Cheetah, the smooth-talking, sunglasses-wearing mascot who convinced snackers everywhere that getting cheese dust on your fingers wasn't a mess, it was a lifestyle. The brand's success only exploded. From there, thanks to wild flavor experiments like Flamin' Hot, Jalapeno Cheddar, and even sweet and spicy blends. And speaking of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, legend has it they were the brainchild of a Frito-Lay janitor who pitched the idea to executives and changed snack history forever. From that point on, Cheetos weren't just snacks. They were pop culture icons. The making of Cheetos is as fascinating as the history. It all starts with carefully selected yellow cornmeal degerminated to remove the oily germ and tough outer hull, leaving behind only the starchy heart that puffs perfectly when cooked. This cornmeal goes through strict quality checks for moisture, starch, and texture, because even a small variation could ruin that delicate balance between crunch and melt-in-your-mouth magic. Once approved, it's mixed with water and a touch of oil to form a soft dough. This dough doesn't get baked or fried the way you'd expect. It's transformed inside a massive industrial extruder. Imagine a giant high-pressure pasta maker that runs at 350 degrees Fahrenheit and squeezes the dough through a tiny die at pressures 17 times greater than a car tire. When the dough bursts out, the sudden drop in pressure makes it puff instantly into that airy, crunchy shape we know so well, but fresh. From the extruder, Cheetos aren't ready for prime time. They're soft, chewy, and frankly, a little sad-looking. That's why they head straight into large drying ovens where the moisture is reduced to just 2%. This slow bake is critical to little moisture removal, and they'll be soggy. Too much, and they'll shatter like glass. Crunchy Cheetos bake at lower temperatures for longer, creating that firm, satisfying snap, while Cheetos Puffs dry quickly at higher heat to achieve their lighter, airier bite. The result is two distinct textures, each with its own loyal fan. Base now comes the best part, the cheesy transformation. The dried corn puffs roll through giant rotating drums where a fine mist of vegetable oil coats their surface. This not only makes them taste richer, it ensures the seasoning sticks perfectly. And that seasoning is no ordinary cheese powder, it's real aged cheddar, spray-dried to a fine, moisture-free powder, blended with whey, salt, and a secret spice mix. The drum spins as precision nozzles dust the Cheetos evenly, ensuring each piece is coated just right, never too bland, never overpowering. That legendary orange dust, it's intentional. Frito-Lay designs it to cling, mix with the oil, and leave that unmistakable fingerprint on your hands. From there, the seasoned Cheetos take a careful journey toward packaging. They move along conveyor belts at a gentle pace to prevent breakage. Cameras and sensors check for size, shape, and coating coverage. Any rejects aren't wasted, they're repurposed into animal feed or other snack uses. Next, the perfect Cheetos are weighed, funneled into foil-lined bags. And here's a fun fact filled with nitrogen gas before sealing. This keeps them fresh and crisp while also preventing them from getting crushed during shipping. Without it, you'd open a sad bag of cheesy crumbs. Sealed bags are inspected for weight, flavor balance, and freshness before being boxed, palletized, and shipped out to grocery stores, vending machines, gas stations, and convenience stores across the U.S. Cheetos have endured for decades, not just because of taste, but because of their knack for staying relevant. From Chester Cheetah's TV spots to Flamin' Hot-inspired fast food menu items, they've embedded themselves in American snack culture. They're part nostalgia, part guilty pleasure, and entirely addictive. Whether you're a kid licking your fingers after recess or an adult enjoying a midnight snack, Cheetos deliver that same rush of salty, cheesy satisfaction every time. They're more than a snack, they're a shared cultural experience. And, just like McDonald's fries, they're proof that the simplest foods, when done right, can become legends.